Hello everyone and welcome to episode 18 of Mad Max. I am really in the mood to punch something, so I figured that this would be a great game to dive into for a while. There is something about open world games that just relax me in a way that other genres don't, even if the atmosphere is post-apocalyptic and the action is grim and violent. It just sort of clears my mind to just have a big open map of things that we can go pursue. Apparently there's a maggot farm available. Before I go talk to whatever that guy's name is, let's go see if we can find it. We've talked a little bit about what you get in exchange for upgrading the strongholds. I do really appreciate the amount of extra detail that goes into them. It feels like they add more flavor. And even if there's not a gameplay benefit for that, like, if this was a game where... Oh, and hello to Borlak! I'll leave then my nose... I like my nose unbroken. Wait, project info. No, that's the thing. Oh, gosh, there was something else I was going to bring up with Borlak. I don't remember what it was. Oh, is this it? Nope. Okay, so I got to do the upgrade there. We all saw it say that there was a maggot farm around here, and this might be it. Maggot farm. Wait, who would have thought I'd be so excited about this? Yeah, Borlak, I have been enjoying the streams that you and Lady Borlak have done. How's this a maggot farm, by the way? Oh, the open meat. Yeah, the open containers of what appear to be kitty litter and meat. Oh, look, you can actually see them. Oh, that's not kitty litter at all. That's just a big plate of maggots. Okay. Well, definitely accomplished more today in this stream than I did all day long. And hello to Caroluna. Caroluna. By the way, I really like your greeting with the cat and the rainbow wings. I love that that's a thing when you come in. Okay, so let's have a conversation. Now, before I talk to this guy, he's not Scrotus, and he's not Pink Eye, and he is the priest of, like, the gas flame throne here. And we met him last episode. He was actually, like, the clip cover art guy, whatever you call that. Header image. He was the header image for that episode. No idea of his name. It's something like Exhausto or Rolling Coal or something.
Most trusted acolyte has deviated.
Speak straight.
My architect, my greatest follower. He orchestrated for the gas to be turned off to steal the pilot light. Under my nose, he took the sacred artifact. And by the flame, he did forsake the true path and stole away many of my wildfire flock.
Deserters.
Traitors. Heretics. I need that pilot light back. I will give you whatever I can if you help.
Where are they?
See, written in our revered script. It calls for all stragglers wishing to save themselves from the damnation of Deep Fryer.
Deep Fryer, that's his name. Okay, the architect turned off the gas in order to safely reach and seal the pilot-like beacon. Reclaim the beacon for Deep Fryer. Unlock the blowtorch's side. Oh, well, I do want an upgrade.
Go see the biggie.
And what is this?
The script reads on. In the darkest hour, the believer standing upon the sacred sand will behold the true light.
Meaning?
Darkest hour must be when the sun sleeps in the ground and blackness reigns. By sacred sand, he means the burning mound. I'm sure of it.
Which is where?
I see you have a map. I can read these symbols. Let me mark it.
Nighttime. Burning mound. Look for a light. I'll see what I can do.
Huh. So we actually have, and I want to read chat, but we actually have what appears to be a timed mission. Now this last blue dot, that's not in here, is it? The one that's sort of like see on the mini-map? That is outside this area? Borlak says these game calls, so here's my concern. I don't know what this is a reference to. These game cults are boring without James Earl Jones telling you to contemplate this on the Tree of Woe. What is that a reference to? Oh, sorry, I need my car. That's how we leave this place. It's not the door. What is that a reference to? James Earl Jones telling you to contemplate this on the Tree of Woe. Is that a, like, is there a game that has James Earl Jones in it? Conan the Barbarian, the original. Wow.
Lowly pilgrim such as I, these symbols are impossible to decipher. Do you know their meaning?
It's called the Burning Mound. Do you know it?
I've heard of it. Yes, some worship it.
We gotta be there when the sun is down.
We're gonna take these guys on, because again, kind of feeling a little bit on the violent side today. Okay, well, they're down, and the other car is taken off. So guys, let's see. If north is that way, and the sun is coming up in the south, is that dawn or dusk? Well, I feel like the sun is actually getting higher. I feel like we can see the sun getting higher in real time. So let's go with dawn. So it might be a while until the sun is going down, and then we can do that quest. Let's go get a history relic. Boy, thank you very much for the lurk. Also, yeah, so I have not seen Conan the Barbarian. Oh gosh, I was real young when I saw it. So I think that might be why the reference went right over my head, but that's my failing. So anyway, I hope you have a great night, and I hope that you had a great Monday. I assume it's still Monday. It might have actually leaked over to Tuesday for you, but one way or the other, man, have a great evening. All right, mostly here for the history relic, but I'm not going to say no to the scrap either. Also, this car is like a lot heavier than the last one. I don't feel it. I don't feel like it's harder to get around or anything like that. Oh, wow, look at this. Everything at this station is just right out in the open for us. It's not even like around a corner. Grab this. And I grab this, the gun. And, oh, that's right. I was a little bit light on resources, and we were thinking about going south to Jeets to get restocked on stuff, but kind of... We could, I guess. I'm not going to. Please help. This girl used to beg for change around here. She's been gone for a few days. I've reason to believe she may have been taken. Does anyone know anything? Please post a note here. Don't let the people takers win. Say something, say something. Oh, see something, say something.
And in the end, we were all taken.
Uh-huh. Okay, so, I've got lots of icons that I can go to. So, drive into the northern tunnel, mark the first point with a flare, or reach the burning mountain and scout the area. So this is the one that I can only do after nightfall, right? So we might as well go in a different direction altogether. Yeah, unless I'm wrong and the sun is going down. Like, for real. That's north, see on the map? See right there? In Australia, does the sun rise in the south? Is that a thing? Because I kind of don't feel like it is, and I also feel like the sun is coming up, so... What we'll do is sort of hang out, and let's try to remember before the end of the stream that our goal will be to go to the Burning Mound. Hello to Centrifugal Force. Force, I hope that you also have had a very nice Monday. When does your job start, by the way? I feel like a lot of our recent streams have been the steady chronicle of Centrifugal Force and the brand new job. And I love the fact that, that if people watch these episodes in like a year, 2 years, there's going to be this detailed history of Centrifugal Force getting a new job. It's super neat.
Oh, this horrid sludge! It seems to want to swallow her beauty. These dunes. A great tempest of sand raged here in the dark days. Drowned and dried the flesh of men and machine alike. Buried all in shallow graves. And the storms still come. Yes, let's be quick about it.
All right, so we're going to pop out, and I think it's right on the D-pad to fire the flare, but it may also just be press A.
This must be the first spot. Put up a flare to get the bearing.
Not going to lie, very little memory of what we're doing. This is a quest that we picked up in the previous episode, which I'm okay with. All right, second point with a flare. What do you think is the best game with, like, if it's not set entirely in the desert, is like desert-centric? Like, Rogue Galaxy starts off in a desert, but then you spend a lot of the rest of the game going somewhere else. So I'm not even sure how to phrase the game. I feel like a lot of people might say Journey, but I've not actually played Journey yet. I would like to someday. I know that Mia played it. Oh, today is the beginning of Force's new third week. Wow, I knew that the attention had been adjusted to finding an apartment, but I did not realize that the job had full on started. Hopefully you are enjoying it, and it's going well.
There it is.
Boy. So, I will say this. There's a certain softness to the graphics and the textures. Let me just pop out and do this real quick. That do betray that this game is, is a few years older. It's not as high fidelity as games that are released here in 2021. But, boy, it is not... It's no slouch, I gotta say. I've been watching as we've been thundering over these dunes at the smoke clouds and the sand sort of swirls get kicked up. And it's not to say it can't be done better, but I really... Wait, reach the... What? Uh-oh. It said something about the binoculars, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be doing that here or if I'm supposed to go to, quote, the third spot. Because... there's nothing on my mini-map about where the third spot is. Is that that sure looks like it. It sure looks like something anyway. Carolina said that said that Journey was his first thought as well, for like best desert or desert adjacent game. Like, I'm a big fan of Legend of Zelda. I don't know that I remember anything about, like, a specific desert level that I thought was well done. So maybe that's just where we go? Yeah, okay, it's... You know what it is? The blue of the dot right now perfectly meshes with the blue of the sky, so it just sort of looks like it's a transparent dot. Centrifugal Force says, doing chemistry finally at work, enjoying it. Turns out I just enjoy chemistry. Which is, like... Force, no lie, chemistry was the point in my high school career that I realized there were certain things that I just was not going to be able to comprehend in life. So I have a lot of respect for people that work in the field.
I see. You have your ways, finely inspired. Not for me to question, no. Where the angel flies, I too shall follow.
And I think I've shared this in the past. It was specifically the concept of a mole that I just... I couldn't...
You a what, Saint? There's nothing here? Only Saint.
Oh, they're really having a chat. I just couldn't, and still to this day, remain unclear on what 6.02 by 10 times 10 to the 23rd represents. Like, it's a standard unit of, like, weight or mass or volume or something for, like, an amount of a chemical,
There. It's buried.
That thing? Okay. But I don't get it. Like, I could never, and it wasn't for lack of trying, man. I read that section of the chemistry book over and over and over again, and in fairness, I didn't talk to the teacher because it was just like a stupid high school student. A mole is a pile of atoms. And I guess it just... It feels arbitrary, but isn't a mole based on, like, the amount of...
I have not heard of this place before. The winds must have unearthed this tomb.
Is it like the amount of hydrogen in a certain amount, or the amount of carbon or something? So that's why they chose 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, and that's like a standard unit of measurement. But I still couldn't like work out what it's supposed to mean. I like, we're not going to go into like the whole mole conversation during Mad Max, but there was something about it that I just couldn't. It was like, I could recognize it as being important and still couldn't make heads or tails out of it. And at some point I was just like, okay, I am not built for this. I'm just not built for science. And hello to Groomfy. Oh, wait, before we go, because I forgot to circle back, and I'm not even sure that Groomfy was here at the end. Groomfy, thank you again for the resubscription yesterday. I didn't specifically call it out at the end of stream because I like to try to... frankly, I like to try to raid over before people in the stream chat are like, oh, he's done, so I'm leaving. Like, I love to be able to raid over and at least try to introduce people to another streamer that they like. And one thing I found is that the extended outro is more like, people are like, oh, the game plays over, so we're gonna bounce out, and that's fine. Like, no one should feel obligated to stick around for the raid, but if I'm being long-winded, maybe I should, like, tighten it up and get out. And as a result, I neglected to thank Groomfy again for the resubscription last episode. So thank you again. It really does mean a lot. Force is saying that number is what a mole is for every atom. It's proportionately constant. See... Oh, I think I ruined their altar. You are all swine. You killed all God's people. You will burn. The ocean is receding because of you. God withdraws his waters from you in disgust. Yeah, and I don't think that this can be communicated in this venue where it's like, you know, just being posted to a Twitch chat. The constant chosen feels arbitrary, and I guess I couldn't quite work out what the point was. And like, it's one of those things where, like, for everything that I'm saying, understand that I recognize that it is a valuable and important concept to the science of chemistry, and that's why the fact that I could not understand it was a point of real frustration, because like, this is something foundational. It's like wanting to learn computer repair but not being able to work out how a keyboard functions,
or shut someone out.
and not even like I don't know how to touch type, but I fundamentally cannot grasp the concept of pressing a button here and having a letter come out over there, and you just like can't get past it. And that's how I feel about a mole. Like, it's something really important to understand, and yet I don't. So I am paying attention that we do have... I'm gonna go on record that we have to blow up this obstruction. Here's what I think. Probably wrong, but... Oh, did that actually work? Wow. I really didn't think that was gonna work. I tried that as a lark because I was like, well, this is what I would do if I was in this situation, but I'm not sure that video games are built this way. Oh, Mia, thank you very much for the shoutouts. So, I will say, as long as we're here, and let me make sure that I didn't miss anything, any other further comments. Let me just pause for 1 second so that we can scroll up. And Grumpy is shopping for an underdesk pedal torture device. Is it a pedal-driven torture device, or is it a torture device for pedals? Oh, just prior to this, so on Twitch, I saw that somebody from the Sunny Panda community, Panda's Beach Babes,
Work.
posted a... Okay, the narrower these tunnels get, the more this concussive force is going to be channeled into a very small space. Okay, let me finish the thought. A member of the Panda's Beach Babes liked and retweeted a post from some, like, bot developer that appears to have integrated some hate raid protections. Now, I cannot...
It never came back out.
I cannot vouch for this service. I'm not familiar with the producer of this device, but it looked like it had... Oh, hold on.
Just like she said.
Oh, is this the
It's
big
ready for
gas?
pickup. Better head outside.
I'll just go with big gas. Is this the big gas? Okay. So here we go. Lots of fuel. If I was going to offer this amount of food, I'd probably better eat it. And hello to Azaric. Force says, my mom has lost the $400 laptop that I loaned her. I mean, like, lost. Force, I am just very sorry for the amount of... we're never going to have a clear sense of the people that we don't know, or even the people that we do get a chance to interact with. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on, let me get out of here. We're never really gonna know each other, like, online. Like, you may not know somebody that you've known in real life for years and years and years. So, there is an element of, like, you know, we're far apart, and we're sort of, like, learning about, you know, personality and stuff. I can only say, like, this whole wind-up is for a lot of the stories about your mom in particular makes it feel like she doesn't respect you and your intellect and your, frankly, I think, soon-to-be burgeoning career. Like, it feels like to me like your life is on a really, really positive track, and that there's not a lot of recognition or respect paid for that, and in particular a lot of disrespect paid to your belongings and your value, and I'm sorry for that. And I'm not going to belabor that point, but it feels like it is, uh-oh. Hold on. There was some other comment about... that was being responded to. I started looking like 20 minutes ago, and I'm already lost in choices. That was what Groomfee said in response to a pedal-powered torture device to help me burn some calories. Oh, like... Are we talking about like a full freestanding, like a stationary bike, or one of those pedal things that sort of sits on the floor and then you can just pedal while you're sitting in your chair? Oh, he's way faster than I thought he was going to be. I'm probably going to have to hit him twice. Okay, I've hit him twice. Oh, I like these character designs with the glowing red eyes. They're like right out of Killzone. Oh, boo. Okay. I would love to shield chatter. Okay. Thank you. I wanted this from the start. Okay. Man, I would cave his head in with this thing. I understand that he's dead, but these guys worked me pretty good. Now, I could go back downstairs and get some, maybe I should. Yeah, go back downstairs and get some food. Because I could drink some water, but then I'm going to have to go find replacement water. Then I won't have water if we meet any wandering outlanders. Wait. So every once in a while I look over at chat and it's like, I've missed something because Caroluna's like, OMG, what? A talking cat? Like, what's all the shock and surprise? Century Before says the silence sent me. How many options there are. Hello to Brian. And then Caroluna, apropos of nothing, says, OMG, what? And I don't know what the topic is. And then Force is saying that she doesn't, I think meaning your mom, but I know that I found this community in a wonderful time. So that is good. It's one of those situations where my whole build up there was that I cannot pass judgment for or against people that I don't know. However, it is a truism that people are deserving of respect for their accomplishments, the accomplishments that they earn, for the things that they buy. I cannot, let me put it this way. Many years ago, HW, who I've mentioned here on the past, he loaned me his, it was like the season 1 DVD set of Chappelle's Show, because I wanted to show it to somebody, and this was before streaming was quite as popular as it is now, and you can probably find it in a few different places. So he loaned me his DVD set, and while I had it, some water spilled over, and understand that obviously CDs are not going to take damage from the water, but all of the packaging did. When I returned it to HW, I returned him a brand new copy, in the shrink wrap, the exact same thing. It wasn't a limited edition or anything like that, but it was and his original, by the way, because it wasn't mine. But I wanted him to. For me, it was a matter of when it was borrowed, there was this understood promise that it would be well taken care of, and I didn't want to return something to him in worse condition than he had provided it to me. And also, I separate from that, I wanted it to be clear to him and to others that if I borrow something, it's not an implied promise, it's an explicit one. And I want to make sure that people always get their things back well taken care of. There's a certain amount of wear and tear that occurs over time, but no, I mean, the packaging got all soaked through, and it was very clearly, it wasn't unusable, but it was visibly water damage, and that bothered me. That's not a $400 laptop. $400 isn't that expensive for a laptop, but it is expensive for every other thing in our lives. Anyway, I've made sure that Pink Eye will get the food she needs. Let's hope she'll keep her end of the deal. And if I broke or diminished the value or lost a $400 laptop, I may not be able to pay for it all right away, but I'd want to make it right. And it's irritating when I encounter somebody who is just sort of very cavalier about the belongings of others. Yeah, as Brian says very succinctly, it's called respect for other people's items. Oh, Caroluna was saying losing the laptop, that's what the OMG what was. Okay, so A, how close are we to dusk? B, whoa, wait. Oh, it's because it was zoomed out too far. So there's a million things out here. What time is it?
With the light.
Well, it's very light outside, so I'll tell you what, I want to get a nice action shot of, what's his face? Can I tilt? Yeah, what's a good shot here? Oh, look at this. Yeah, I like this. Just like this. Look at that. Capture image. A, and now just a nice F12. Bing. Actually, hold on, I want it out a little bit more, don't I? Like right there, so that it's, because that doesn't necessarily look like a car. It could be a lot of things. We'll get it out here, vroom vroom. That's my car sound, by the way. There we go. Get that nice illusion of movement. 480 after tax if we're splitting hairs, which, I think deserve to be split. So, scrap pallets. Yeah. Scrap pallet, scrap. See, like this one I don't care about. There's nothing there. But we could go up here and get a history relic. We'd go over here and get some scrap. So yeah, let's, no, you know what? Let's head further away. Okay, don't care about that one. Let's do this one, then we'll go down here, and then we'll work our way up. Oh, and Forrest is saying my mother was raised by a narcissist, and the generational trauma that has caused my family is unquantifiable. I appreciate this community that allows me to vent and share what is my cross to bear. And by the way, so the rest of your question is, I think it's B-E-A-R, in that, like, Jesus had to bear his own cross to his... Well, I'm not going to just drive by it, am I? I know it's just one piece of scrap, but... So I think it's my cross to bear, B-E-A-R. I think that's correct.
But don't be long, please.
I feel like I've been in this exact space before. You guys, so on that same note, I am already feeling a lot better. I had a, hold on, refuel. I don't know how much fuel that I need here. It was just, we'll just leave it as sort of a stressful day. You know, not the worst, not a nightmare, not a crisis, just like, and you can even ask Mia, like, because I sort of vented to her for a little bit, and I'd rather vent to Mia than, let's say, anyone at home, because then I put the person that I live with in a bad mood. Whereas when I offload all my emotional baggage onto Mia, then she's weighed down, and I can just enjoy a wonderful stream, and it's Chivalry's problem. So it really works. You can see how this all works out very well for me, is the point. But you can even ask Mia. I was like, I did not have a good day. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to like feel up to streaming. You know, I don't want to be a pill about it. But just, I don't know. I'm already having a better day of it. Okay, so just, okay, let's open her up. Open her up. Okay, now just wait. We're going to park right here. I'm not going to release it because look, it's going to swing shut. So I'm just going to get out. You just hold that open. Chum Bucket, if you release that, and I'd starve to death in here, you are fired. Uh-oh. Oh, you can just break it. Mia says that she's glad that I'm feeling better. Yeah, it's amazing how just a little bit of distance will... Like really just a short amount of time just being... Oh. Holy shit. Apparently I'm about to get interviewed onto whether or not I want to go plant a nuke on an asteroid. Oh! I didn't see that. There was a bear trap there. Yeah, he hit us both. I would have loved to lure them back here. I didn't want to have the fight in here because I was worried that I would, like, I don't know, get tetanus or whatever. But wouldn't it have been amazing if we could have had the fight in there and just, like, rammed their faces direct into those spikes? Forrest says, I went in there and she's now using the Chromebook I loaned her a year ago, which was the inciting incident that caused the laptop. Forrest... Okay, like I said, I can't judge people that I don't know. I'm having a reaction to this, and we will move on. Doug and Jen. And sorry, as I say this, Forrest should always be feel comfortable to share her stories and, like, to vent in chat. Like, just the fact that I'm having a strong opinion on this doesn't, should never be misinterpreted as, you know, what it is me recognizing that I don't have the right to come down as hard on this as I feel like, because it's not my family and not my belongings. So I need to back off and read this. Doug and Jen, we've looked everywhere for you. Figured you'd try looking for us here. We can't handle any water riots, not with a 10-month baby. We're headed out of town. We've headed out of town. We know you know where to find us. If you do, bring food. Love, Jake and Claire and Adrian. Or sorry, Cherie. I don't know why I said Claire. Very few letters in common with Claire. Okay, that's where I came from. You can tell because part of my femur is still stuck in that bear trap. Tibia? What part of the anatomy would get caught in that? I am so much A happening here. Hello to Ruination Ronin. And also, Mia says, who'd have thought Armageddon would be the better of that group of movies? Yeah, like Mia and I were talking about this after the recent event. It is amazing that in retrospect. Oh, and by the way, if I confuse during this little thing that I say Jerry Bruckheimer with Michael Bay, I did that in the conversation with Mia as well. I don't know at what point those two separate individuals became the same person, but apparently they are now in my head. But who would have thought that Armageddon would be one of the slower paced and more comprehensible... Son of a bitch! Okay, it's fine. Everybody know what happens. One of the slower paced and more comprehensible Michael Bay movies. Because, yeah, compared to some of his other stuff, it holds up a lot better, I'd say. I don't think that it's as good as... Now, again, Michael Bay did, like, The Rock, for example, right? Like, that was also him. The Rock is still better than Armageddon. And it's been now too long since I've seen Con Air. I think that was the name of it. Yeah, so I want the scrap palette over here. The scrap palette is worth a lot of scrap, so I think it is. It's worth it to me. So Ronan's saying this is why Angel doesn't have sound comments, I see. Wait, was I distracted by sound or something? Because I could easily be. Oh, and then Forrest is saying more comprehensible, son of a bitch! Yeah. Whoops, no, don't go down there. But although these movies don't have a lot of crossover and like who wrote and directed them, I don't think. But Armageddon was for sure way better than 2012 or even The Core. I like the cast of The Core a lot. This is something that came up in the viewing of it. But I was in no way, shape, or form a Hilary Swank fan until I saw $1 Million Baby. And $1 Million Baby was the one who was like, oh, this is what everyone else has been seeing about her. Like, she's really, really good. Because in $1 Million Baby, she's fantastic. And now I just feel like in a lot of the other, like, things that Hilary Swank has been in, she just hasn't been allowed to display a lot of range or emotion. There wasn't a lot of, like, progression to her characters. And $1 Million Baby is so good. Like, yeah, Clint Eastwood is kind of a really big weirdo. Like, at best, he's a big weirdo. And I guess that's okay. Like, okay, like, we'll move on from the Clint Eastwood of it all. But Hilary Swank, like, really impressed me in $1 Million Baby. And now I look at things like The Core and are like, oh, cool, Hilary Swank. And then there's the person who apparently I think is John Turturro and isn't. And then it's got Aaron Eckhart. And I've already forgotten the name of the scientist guy who develops the drill in that. But the point is, it's got actually a really, really good cast, The Core does. And that helps to offset the fact that the story is not good at all. And then there's 2012, which doesn't have a great cast, but does have John Cusack, who, again, I don't know anything about him personally. I'm not making like a personal assessment. I just really like John Cusack, and I find him eminently watchable in everything. Like, in whatever movie it is, John Cusack is usually the best part of it. He's great in Identity. He's great in High Fidelity. He's great in Pushing Tin. It is Pushing Tin where he plays an air traffic controller, right? And he is awesome in Gross Point Blank. I am not a John Cusack aficionado. I don't necessarily know everything that he's ever been in, but Gross Point Blank is, in my opinion, the high point of his career. I love that movie so much, and he's so good in it. Patikin, hello! Hello to Patikin, everybody rating over. I hope you had a great time watching Miles Morales. I have not yet played Miles Morales, so I wasn't able to watch and got home very late and wasn't even really able to leave a lurk just yet. But I'm looking forward to future episodes where I can at least support in absentia. Azric enjoyed Gross Point Blank. Oh, an Angel reminder about source code. Oh, yeah, yeah, this came up in our Aegis Rim stream because we started putting together an impromptu list of well, let's just say certain movies because I don't want to ruin too much about it. But yeah, source code was I enjoyed that movie. It occurred to me that there can be, sometimes it can be a little bit of a spoiler to even know what genre a movie is in. Other people want to know at least the genre before they go into it because they inherently don't like, say, comedies or horror movies. Like, I don't like mob movies. I just don't like movies about the mafia and organized crime. I usually don't remember anything that happened in them and don't like them in general. Oh, this is a crowd of people. I was about to say I have no idea what this is, but this is a top-down view of a crowd of people. There's some green gas in the bottom that reminds me of tear gas, and that's all really I can make out. The boys are back in town. Go team.
Can't believe this kind of crowd once meant anything but a riot.
I'm so grimdark. Bella. I used to know her, Bella. She fell into the wrong kind of crowd, the kind that used to fight on the wrong side of the Civil War, and they glittered in the sunlight. Fuck her. Mans, it reminds me of the inhumanity of mans. I can't stand it anymore. I miss my friends. I can't even believe that friendship used to be a concept around here. Now it's just dog eat dog, or as me aunt used to say, dog eat dog. I had to correct her once at some kind of a family function. Soon after, everyone was yelling, and soon after that, there weren't nothing more but the yelling screams of the dead. I'm Mad Max, and it's the way that I reminisce about shit.
I'm done here, right? No, what is left? One scrap? I don't care about scrap. I'm leaving. I just found the scrap. There we go. Brian says, what about The Godfather? Yeah, not a fan. I mean, I should watch it again. It's one of those things that, everybody else in the entire world loves, but I just...
Sacred parts of the great spiritual schemes scattered across the hills and valleys. I recognize...
she literally fell into a crowd. I don't know what that was, but I'm grateful it exists. Wait, who fell into a crowd? Also, Patikin saying, so Angel doesn't like The Irishman. I have not seen The Irishman. I can say that, if... people in chatter in general, you are welcome to recommend mob movies, and maybe you will be the one that will recommend something that I will like. You won't be the first to try, is the trouble. And the next thing that I'm about to say about it, do not mistake this for oh, I'm so moral, because I can't explain it. I will watch movies about Joker. I enjoyed Joker. I recognize that it's that it may have some flaws, and I'm not going to go into this right here and right now, but Joker is about a not particularly great guy. I think that we can all all agree, and I was fine with that. I don't know what it is about mob movies, but specifically in my head, what's happening at all times during the movie is, oh God, shut up. Oh, just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care about your family honor. I don't care about on the day of my daughter's wedding. I don't care. I don't care. I want everyone on this screen to be in jail right now, all of the time. And I find it so difficult to engage with the story. And at the same time, I will watch movies. I don't want to give a lot of them away, but I'll watch movies that are about damaged, flawed, bad, evil, ill-intentioned people and not have that reaction. But as soon as it's organized crime, I can't take it. I'm so...
Oh, the wind gathers and rips at the dunes.
Okay, I have no idea what I'm looking for here. This is reportedly a scrap site with a history relic. I see nothing that's flashing or glowing. There's nothing here. And I'm certainly not going to find it in a storm. Okay, I've lost interest in this. Let's go over... Nope, I don't care about that. Scrap. History relic. All right, let's go to get this one. Oh, no. Mia made a clip. Particularly, I expected more of Joker. It wasn't bad, but not great either. See, I appreciated Joaquin Phoenix's... Oh, boy. So this is going to happen for a while. And given the fact that we're out on the dunes, it could be a long while. There's not going to be a lot of respite from this. Oh, look at this plane though. That's a nice thing to see coming out of the murk. Don't go over there. Oh, boo! I want to try to get a good screenshot of the lightning. Preferably driving near the lightning, but not into the lightning. Also, I hope that this is at least somewhat as loud on the stream as it is in my ear set. Otherwise, I'm just yelling for no reason. Oh, hold on. Maybe we can find some shelter in here. As the lightning just rips right through the canopy. Or hull. Alright. I mean, I can hang out here for a little bit. It's at least quieter. Uh-oh. We're gonna get magnetoed in here. 100,000 volts into an enormous copper conductor. Oh, hold on. Now, if we get the opportunity to hunt for some scrap during this storm, I will take it, because that is a lot of scrap just blowing around in the wind.
That means buzzards.
Okay. He's gonna peg me with a brick while I'm squeezing through. I don't know if the storm conveniently ended, or if, I just can't hear it in here. Okay, so we have a very relaxed dog. Some magazines and a little, plastic bin. Son, after you emancipated yourself from our care, you also emancipated us from Roman. I think that's Roman. Feel free to pick him up at the pound. What? Feel free to pick him up at the pound. They put him... What? They'll put him down next Tuesday should you fail to pick him up. Leaving this endearing printout with your pothead roommate. Let's see if he remembers giving it to you. All my love, Mom. Okay.
Who gives a dog away?
I think the storm came back. Well, shit, I don't want to go. Well, I'm not going to stand in here and do nothing. We're not just going to stand here while we wait for the storm to go. This is as far into the, like, belly of the airplane that we can go. Get some scrap there. Don't care about that. History relic. I like the history relics because I like the little, Wait, did the storm pass again? Oh, it was just a little sound machine that they set up. They were just tricking Max into wasting the rest of my stream. Oh, and yeah, okay, so, wait, new plan. Yeah, so they don't appear on the map, but do you see those hands with the gears around them? Those are the scrap boxes. And I don't know which one is closer, but we're gonna see how many of them we can get before we either drive outside of their range or they despawn. Oh, there it is. All right. Brian was thinking about getting this game. Brian, I think it's great. I think this game is extremely good. Here are the people that will like Mad Max. They will like people, so I can't speak to Mad Max fans here because I still have not seen any of the movies. I would very much like to watch Fury Road before we reach the final episode of this. I would like to, within the Mad Max game, share my thoughts on the first ever Mad Max movie that I watch. I feel like that's fair game. But setting aside Mad Max fans, I think that people will enjoy this if they like really, really well done combat. This game is on par with Shadow of Mordor in terms of how well I feel like the combat flows. Actually, I think that Shadow of Mordor is a little bit better. I think the flow is a little bit better. Also, like the Sydney Opera House, I think that's what this is. Is it? It looks like it, but I could be completely wrong. Like we have another dome here. Oh no, I'm very stupid. This is just an airport. This is just an airport. Please do not pay any attention to what I just said because now I feel very embarrassed. It's just an airport. I sort of thought that like with the dome, the glass outcroppings, it might be a. I thought it might be the big Sydney Opera House. Dr. Teflon says, as a Mad Max fan, I really enjoy what they did. Okay, well, see, there we go. We got some feedback from somebody who knows something about Mad Max. And I also know Tashir really likes it. So, beyond that, who would enjoy Mad Max? You will enjoy Mad Max if you like some driving vehicle combat, which I have to say, I don't especially like that. And I think that in this game, it's actually very fun and very well done. I'm just making sure that I can't pry that door open, because I'm worried that one of these boarding ramps, boarding tubes, what do you call these, will have a like a secret way into the airport terminal itself. So yeah, the melee combat is very, very Shadow of War, Batman Arkham Asylum. The thing is, there are times when I feel like the timing is a little bit off, or it is dropping my input. Like, you can't always cancel out of moves the way that you want to in order to keep your combo going. That said, getting super long combos is fairly de-emphasized in this relative to Batman, where like you would gain in Batman, you gain health back based on how good of a score you get. So if you're not scoring very well in the combat, you can wind up, you know, it's at least theoretically possible. Oh, we have an open door. Hopefully, this lets me in.
Lie low here.
In this, you don't, you know, how well you do in combat is not tied to your, Hold on a second. This is where I went to get away from the storm. This has nothing inside of it for me. Except this mannequin who I'm realizing I'm in love with. Oh, and some ammo that I didn't get last time. And nothing. Alright. So I don't know how to get into here, and I'm not gonna spend any more time on it. But Deacon also really liked this game. So yeah, Brian, here's my response. Right now, there's a sale going on Epic, the Epic store. I do not know if this game is offered or how inexpensive it is. The Steam Autumn sale is probably coming up in like between now and, I don't know, October, I would think. If you do a search for like Steam Autumn sale, Steam Fall sale, I'm sure that it will come up. I am really losing interest in trying to find these things. Oh, but you know what? This place has 12 scrap. I'm going to say that that's worth looking into. People who will not like this game, I would say that people who want something that's very story-focused, because as you may have seen if you've been sort of like watching the episodes as they go, there's been like 5 episodes at a time where there's effectively no dialogue. That's fine with me. Sometimes it's just fun to tool around the wasteland and do that. But if you are like, Drienne is an example of somebody who takes narrative and stories very seriously. I feel like Geek Pantheon is the same way. It's very important to them to be able to engage with the story. And this game, the story is a deep secondary to the gameplay. As long as you're okay with that, I think you're going to have a really good time with Mad Max. But I like to have a clear vision on what the game is and is not. Okay, so unless this blows up, I'm beginning to think that maybe we're not supposed to be in this area of the world yet. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you what, I bet that this area opens up later. I think I'm here too early, and maybe later on there'll be a mission or something else that will open this area up, because that's an inlet to this area, and I cannot get in there. Yeah, all right, we're done. I'm leaving this place. It's still daytime, so I can't go to here. No. Here. But we can go do this mission. What's the best way to get there that I can pass by some other stuff? Let's go here, and then we'll work our way up. Yeah. I'm already rethinking this. No. All right. Brian says, I only have a PS4 console, no PC. So there has been, Brian, there was a sale going on the PlayStation Store as well. Also, it depends on how ready you are for it. If you don't yet have it as we head in towards like Black Friday and stuff, places like GameSpot will do like sales on used games. It's like 3 games for $10, and this game is both of an age and of a sales bracket that I think they would offer a very, very good price on it. Okay, still spinning, huh? That said, I would think that if you dropped $10 or $15 on this, you would. If you like anything that you've seen, I can assure you that this is a really good feeling game. It feels good to play. The controls are nice and responsive. It looks really good, and I think you'd have a good time with it. Sam Lander says, fill spaces that are out of line of sight. This is about forces like looking ways to minimize or maximize storage space. Like closets volumetrically. Keep as much furniture and storage as possible in rooms used often below waist level. This will give you more storage in your closets and help make rooms feel more open. Sam Melander sounds like somebody with some experience on this front. You also want to start keeping one eye on the clock. We've got plenty of time, but I would very much like to join twitch.tv/morethanamia, not on her Twitch channel, but over on her Discord, the Sandbox. And Mia, you are very welcome to put a link up. Tonight, we are going to be watching the most recent episodes of Kyber Shards, which is the Dungeons & Dragons Let's Play that's done by Philip, Casey, R.A., Geek Pantheon, and Sorry BTR. That's sorry with a 0 instead of an O. And they are all playing a game in the Eberron setting of Dungeons & Dragons, and Mia recently did a guest spot on it, but we were watching and enjoying before that and continue to watch and enjoy after that, because it is, it's just good fun seeing people who are friends get to engage with this. Now, I will note that the sun is finally going down. The sun is setting in the north, just as you would expect, and technically a little bit westernly. So I'm calling an audible. I do not know. I want to make sure that we do this while the doing is good. So come on. There we go. Anytime you have a time-sensitive mission, either in terms of how much time you have to complete it, or what times of day you can complete it, just go do that first. Otherwise, you're going to get frustrated. Or at least I'm going to feel frustrated on your behalf. Oh, Mia went to shout out sorry, but she added an underscore there. That makes me feel somewhat better about the flub that I did. What was it specifically? I messed up pretty good trying to shout out somebody in Mia's stream. So I had to try like 3 times to get it in and entered correctly. Oh, and hello to Samalander, by the way. I read the whole comment, but then didn't actually greet him. Samalander, I hope you had a great weekend. I didn't get to, because I didn't get to see as much of it as I would have preferred, but did get to see a bunch of your Factorio stream yesterday specifically, and that was, oh, this sludge. So, Samalander, let me ask you a question, because I'm not sure that I've like asked this specifically yet. Your personal goal in Factorio, like, what are you?
What are they?
No.
There they are. The dragons sent the juggernauts, the great beasts of this forsaken land. They call them the War Wraiths.
Okay.
Roadkill on our tail.
Nah, they're fine. The Wretched Roadkill don't care about us. I am going to yank this down, though. And maybe shoot that sniper for good measure.
Dodge his bullet! Swerver!
Alright. Yeah, there's always room for Jello, and there's always time to kill a sniper. By the way, there's like something in the controls about like auto-righting your car, and I left that on, and I just wanted to call that out here and now because it is the only reason that I have not ever flipped this car completely upside down. I am comfortable with that. I long ago made my peace with that. I just wanted to share it with others so that they don't think that I'm some weird savant at being able to keep my my car tire side down. Samalander says we're so close to 100,000. So like 100,000 what's like cells? I think you said tiles. There was something that you had clarified. So your goal in Factorio is not to build a rocket and escape. You're like engaged in a challenge to like expand the map out and to eliminate the biters off of like 100,000 cells or like pieces of the map. Is that all right?
Here. Peace.
100,000 tiles away from the spawn at 0,0. It's a challenge mode. We've got to launch around 95... What? Yes. 95 rockets to win the game. And the silo is running away from us.
Not too long ago. I'll remember this.
That just raises further questions. But Mia had asked, like, wow, Factorio seems really hard. Like she's watching, like, your stream and, like, you have to obliterate, tens of thousands of biters. And I was like, I don't think this is regular Factorio. I think this is a special thing. So this is a mod, or is this, it's called the Frontier scenario. Interesting. Okay, I do not know. We might have arrived early. I might have gotten over-enthusiastic by the... Okay. It's too late. Too early, rather. So, what else can we do in this area? Well, I bet you there's something up here. So, let's get on the road. Yeah, during the nighttime. I came during dusk. It doesn't count. Cara Luna, with the hot take, says Factorio can be fun if you disable the biters. Also, look at this. There's a death race right next to an enemy encampment. You would think that these guys would come to blows at some point, but I guess not. Right, I'm definitely not going to do the death race, but I'm going to refill my water jug. Sam Lander is also speaking well of label makers, saying that they make everything so much easier. Are these? Oh, it's just glassware. I thought it was like a special project made of ghost bottles or something. They're very luminescent in this space. Hey, how are you doing? Looks comfy. Samlin is saying, what's a death race? So in this game, there are events called death races where you get to... They give you a choice of vehicles, and your goal is presumably to get to the end of the race alive and first. And they're fine. You know, it's a nice side activity. As far as I know, it isn't tied to any specific form of progression. Maybe there's a special upgrade that you can do if you, like, get a gold medal in all of them. For me, the racing is not really why I'm here, so that's why I sort of feel comfortable just wandering away from those. But, you know what? If I come out of here and it's still... like dusk, then I will maybe do that to help pass the time. Then again, I'm slightly worried that engaging with it will reset the time of day, and that would be disappointing. I don't really see any other sources of scrap around. Apparently there's 2 more, but I can't find them. I've already checked Bottle Town, and here's our toilet facility right next to the bed. Nice. Waking up in the middle of the night, you don't want to have to wander too far to take a dump. And, that's it. All right. Tim says, mega base builders often disable the biters. Carolina says, for me, they're just a source of frustration. And... Carolina says, if anything, my base is a micro base. So, like, oh wait, I just saw 2 pieces of scrap right there. My concern, and I've not played very far into Factorio, and my, I don't know that I have an and. My concern with Factorio would be if I don't have the biters on and there's no emergent or dynamic source of threat, then I'm concerned that I will lose interest in it because there's no urgency to it. I could be wrong, and I should probably give it a shot. I'm gonna tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna save it real quick, but then we're gonna try to do the death race, and if it resets it to like high noon, then I might exercise my option to restart. Or sorry, reload the save.
Ready to dip and rip and dust the fool.
Okay, so destroy a barrel at every checkpoint, reach the finish line before the other drivers and before the bomb underneath your vehicle explodes, or build and race your own unique magnum opus against your best times and the best times of your friends. Well, I don't have any friends who play, well, I guess Tashir. Like, it's asynchronous. Tashir and Patikan might show up, but no, let's just do Barrel Bash. So here we've got some options on what vehicle we want to drive. We can go with the toughest speedster, the Speed Demon, or the 12, which is locked, and race each vehicle assigned to this death race to win trophies and Griffith tokens. Well, see, I'm actually maxed out on Griffith tokens. I don't need any more. But let's try Speed Demon. Samlander does suggest leaving the biters on for most people, but turning them down and playing them in Railworld settings. So Railworld, as I understand the world of Factorio, the Factorio settings, that's the setting where, like, the game The resource deposits are much, much further apart, so it incentivizes setting up efficient rail networks to automate the importation of items. Okay, just getting back on track. Oh wait, I have access to my harpoon. Why shouldn't I just do this the whole time? Who cares about winning if I can kill everybody? That's a form of victory. So, Brian, this is a death race, if you're still here. This is the sort of thing that you might do in it. Okay. Trying to stay on the road. Uh-oh. Oops. Oops. So I started following my own green line and am completely off. I was thinking, boy, I'm doing really well. Look how far ahead I am. Is there a way to reset this event? Not for 2 minutes, I think. So that was my fault. I left an active waypoint on and then started following it. I saw the red road diversion and thought, well, my GPS knows what's up. I can trust that. Okay, can I get back on the road? Ish. Oh, that was just a complete spin out. I might actually retry this because I just super messed it up. Okay, I am so trying to turn. I will notice that nobody bashed any of the barrels here. It's a little suspicious to me. So, Brian, another note is that you're supposed to follow the red road, and I did know that. I just chose to forget it here for some reason. Now, well, we're definitely not finishing first. There's no danger of that. Okay. Should have just leaned into that spin. There isn't a restart event thing here, right? I don't think so. I want to retry this because I feel like, you know, with access to my weapons and stuff, we could have done something special. Carolyn is also saying your own green lines are the best green lines. Yeah, man, chart your own path. Isn't that like the Fidelity? Oh, Carolina won't know this because I doubt that they have that specific Fidelity commercial where he lives. But there's a whole like Fidelity line of commercials here in the United States where like it's just people following this green line that's generated at their feet and tells them where to go. I mean, why exercise free will if you can have CGI do it for you? Retry. We're gonna do this again. Oh, interesting. Sam Leonard says on Real World, resources are further apart, and biters don't set up new bases. I did not know that aspect of it. So I do not know if Patikin's still around or if he left a lurk because it's a much different hour for him. But I am curious, like, no spoilers. Well, I think that we can all agree that I deserve that. This was the well-known scene where Mad Max just has an aneurysm behind the steering wheel. He can't go on. He asphyxiates off of the exhaust that's being piped directly into his mouth. The hell was that? Why did that happen? I didn't rev the engine too early because I did it all the way through last time. The hell is this? Okay. Okay, so a few things. First of all, what time of day is it? Secondly, I want my Archangel back. Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay, and now we're gonna leave. What I was gonna ask for, son of a bitch, what time is it?
I'd wager if we destroyed these unholy camps of the Scrotus hordes.
Yeah, noted. What time of day is it? Do I need to reload that? Okay, well, the sun appears to be north. Well, then again, I can't say that. It could be behind that cloud bank. That looks like a sunset to me. Ugh. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got plenty of stuff to keep us busy. We really wanted to do that time-sensitive one. Kira Luna says that it's 1 a.m. for him, and it should be 1 a.m. for Patikan as well. The question was only going to be very quickly... Yeah, I can't remember if I finished the thought ever. How does Patikan like Miles Morales? Because I've heard very good things about it. Haven't played it myself yet. I also want to talk to this person because I would very much like to take a drink. Oh, I was about to say...
I'll safeguard her while you take care of business.
A grand deed, warrior. But we stand in peril still. The attackers have many more of those cursed fire lobbers hidden away around here. Please do destroy them. Please save us once more.
A Griffith token? Well, I mean, I'm happy to do that, but I don't... Again, I sort of over-leveled maybe a little bit in the southern parts. I have all the Griffith tokens I'm ever allowed to spend. Well, we haven't done the vantage point yet. And who knows, maybe if I get up high enough, I'll be able to tell what time of day it is. I do see those red spotted lines. It's just that the convoys haven't come around specifically while I've been near them. Oh, wait. Yeah, if we're gonna do this, let's do it like a smart person. Smart man.
I gotta get into that camp.
Do not tangle with children the same.
Okay, that's not something that I can destroy via bullet. This could be. Oh, well, this is the wrong button to get back in. Oh, that didn't work out too well for you. I apologize to everybody. I have no idea what I was aiming at. You know what I never paid attention to? I've been proceeding on the assumption that there's no penalty for death, but oh, is that? Hold on, that's a convoy. Change of plans, and also I'm going to learn from my mistake and undo my thing, so I don't start following the green line out of instinct.
Great power for us. See, he slithers off, snake.
Okay, maybe not follow directly on the fire.
Finish him.
So the car is about 2/3 down in health, maybe a little bit more.
Pass the gauntlet of flames, lest we be crisped up.
Okay. Really trying not to go in that direction. All right.
Without his wheels, he get nowhere. Grinding us to pieces.
Oh, come on. No. Was that 2 for 1? Awesome! I think that's the first time that's ever happened. Okay, so how do I convince this fellow to pull over? No, come on, don't. Not now. Not after all we've been through. Okay, I'm just gonna go around this building because I don't want to cross over into this fire while I'm also on fire.
One by one they fall. The nocturnal eyes are advancing.
Okay, he's on his side, so I win by default. Oh, bullshit.
One of them's coming for us.
I can take so little more damage. Chum bucket, get that thing up. Oh, I'm out. I'm out of explodies. Shit. Get out. Oh, God. Come on, Chum bucket. You have your super wrench now. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Go.
Oh, the angel sings again.
It sure does. It sure does. We didn't lose it. We didn't lose it. We didn't lose it.
You see the scarecrows? Metallic
Yeah. I'll be back for the scarecrows. You guys, I don't want to have to do all of that again. I mean, I really enjoy the convoy chases, but, like, I didn't have enough, Thunderpoons to, like, destroy it outright.
Shoot the tires! Shoot the tires!
Okay. Okay, there's nothing else to grab it with. Man, what is this thing? Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. This thing is super strong, and I'm fine with that. I just very much want it to blow up so that I can have, like, the meaty inside. Brian is saying that the new games come out on PlayStation tomorrow, and he's going to check to see if this game is on sale. Yeah, when a game is this old, yeah. No thanks. Bondage baby can stay in the glove compartment. His wrench upgrade was super helpful there. At all previous points in the game, the amount of time it would have taken him to get the fire under control would have lost the chase for sure. All right. Like, I want to be here when the sun goes down. So let's start working our way north boy, it feels like more dusk, doesn't it?
Hush. Four-legged mule there creeps.
Wait, did I kill this guy too? Okay. He's carrying some... Oh, sorry, that was Chumbucket saying that. So... I have no idea what this is. It looks like a person dressed in... a fake... It looks like Neil Breen's fake military medals, followed by a lot of hats. This is where you go if you want a untraceable AK. Just ask for Sasha. The password would be marshmallows, if they haven't changed it since I was there last. If they have, you just back out slowly or they will shoot you. If the password works, tell them Sarge Rubens sent you, and they'll get you a good deal on ammo too. Oh, we don't get any insight from Mad Max. Yeah, in the United States, you don't need a secret password to get, like, an AK-47. You just sort of, like, go to a sports game and they shoot them at you like they're firing, like, T-shirts out of a T-shirt gun, except it's just actual guns. It's a gun. Hand them out for free. All right, is there anything else here that I care about? One piece of scrap? I mean, like, the completionist in me really wants to, like, really search around and find them, but I'm not going for a completionist run. I guess I'm going for a don't be entirely lazy run. And put in a little bit of effort to look around. Plus, you never know. The last piece of scrap could be worth... Oh. Well... I know what I need to do. I'm not sure if I'm motivated now to do it. This is very intense music for a looting random body, picking up the scrap. All right. I'll tell you what, at this point I do feel sort of committed to this whole operation, so let's... Alright. For all of this, what did we get? Did we get 5 scrap? Did we get 9 scrap? 15 scrap. It is... Oh, well, it's a Jimmy bar. Usually better stuff in here. It is... Hey, you know what? I gotta say, what is that, 28 scrap? I'll take it. Patikin says, I just thought about something you said since you have not played Spider-Man Miles Morales yet. It has copyrighted music, so if you ever want to stream it, you know it now. I knew it before I played because I looked it up, but not having the music on during scenes in certain missions feels weird to me. So, yeah, might as well, like, that's a natural segue into another topic. Polygon put up an article about Life is Strange True Colors, which has a streamer mode that takes out all of the copyrighted music, and reportedly, I can't say this for every possible instance, but reportedly replaces it with nothing. And I did not read the Polygon. This is very important. I like, my takeaway from the Polygon article was you are going to be missing out by playing this game in streamer mode because there's going to be musical elements that you are not able to hear, and they are just replaced with just stony silence. And I gotta say that, again, I don't want to be spoiled, and that's why I haven't read the Polygon article. But Okay, the moon is up. You guys, the moon is up. So it's nighttime. We're gonna go. One of the things that one of our goals here on the channel, I've talked about this a bunch, is to show games as they are. And if there's a minor concession to that, like playing with the music turned off and it's just sort of like incidental stuff, I'm okay with that. But my experience with the first Life is Strange was that the use of music and the use of licensed music was such a necessary, important part of that journey for those characters that it is very difficult for me to envision trying to play the game or having it mean as much if, like, I can think of specific scenes where I feel like it really would have been damaged by not having access to that music. If True Colors is going to be the same thing, I'm not sure that we can stream it here because I don't want to miss out on that. I don't want to miss out on it, and I don't want to misrepresent the style and tone of the game for people that might want to see it. I did this slightly too early here, so we're just going to slow motion up to it and stay right on our path. Stay right on a path. Samalander is voting, you know, either make your own music or pay the money to license the music for streaming, which, by the way, can be done. The makers of the second Rogue Galaxy game got the streaming licenses for effectively, okay, I can't say effectively all. The large majority of the licensed music in the game, they got the streaming rights. There is still a streaming mode in that game which will disable the few tracks that they couldn't get, but other than that, you are allowed to stream that game with the vast majority of the soundtrack included. And, by the way, that's not a game where the soundtrack is like a super critical part of the experience. It adds to the experience for sure, but my understanding of it is that it, hold on. I don't have a lot of artillery to shoot back at these guys, so... Or a firepower. Really, artillery. The soundtrack is very good in the game. Yes. In Rogue Galaxy. There's an argument to be made that you can still enjoy the game. Like, I'm sure that you can enjoy Life is Strange without the music as well, but it adds so much to the atmosphere, and I feel similar to that in okay, dude, we have to settle up before the sun comes up. I got places to be. All right, that was me moving off the target. There we go. All right. I don't know where we left off with the fuel gauge, but we'll get this topped off. Oh, and sorry, hello to Drienne, who says, with most video entertainment media, shows, music, and games, music often plays a huge role in setting the emotional tone of the scenes. Yeah, I feel like for something like Rogue Galaxy, I would be okay with like alternate music or like putting on my own music, but I could be mistaken. For Life is Strange is no, like, the musical soundtrack in that game, the first game, is no more or less important to me than it would be in the Saints Row games, Saints Row 3 and 4. It is, as Drienne says, a big part in setting the tone of the scenes, communicating the what's the phrase that I'm thinking of? The emotional state, the mental positioning of the characters in the scene. The music in that game is a big deal, and I feel like it would lose a lot for that. And I don't think that I could play True Colors without its soundtrack. Okay, we did it.
It's got to be it.
That's it? That's what I'm looking for? Yes, it is. All right. Speaking of music, like, somebody really dialed the soundtrack into this game, all the way up to Kill. Patikin still needs to play Life is Strange 2, so I'll be doing that before True Colors. But when I ever play it, I'm streaming it with the music. Well, Patikin, I guess all I can ask is, like, let me know how it goes, because in a narrative game more than any other genre, I don't feel free to talk. People might come into, like, Mad Max and think, like, you know, wow, this guy has a lot to say. Like, there's a lot of commentary happening. You know, for better or ill, that's one of the things that happens here. However, when it comes into a game that has a lot of character dialogue and a lot of story beats, 13 Sentinels is unusual for the amount of times that I will stop and pause it and try to work through what we're seeing or what's happening. And that's just because the storyline is so complicated that, like, I consider it borderline unreasonable, like irrational, to expect the audience to keep up with what anybody is talking about or what's happening. All right. I really wanted to kill that guy, but I sort of drove past him before I was ready to do so. Oh, and on Miles Morales, says Patikin, the game, I got 2 muted parts on my stream now because of 2 songs. Yeah, and, okay, so, sorry, to finish out the thought, if I'm not talking during, like, a licensed music track or something, it is for sure going to get flagged and muted. So at that point, why am I playing the narrative game and being quiet to listen to the dialogue if the audience also can't hear the dialogue because it's been muted? It's...
Stay here.
I cannot envision that it was an like a purposeful decision by the creators to license music in some way that would make their game unstreamable. But maybe they did. Narrative games tend to have less replay value than other genres, so maybe it was a... Sure, why not? Just hook that guy right through the door. Joanna saying that even... Oh, hello. Pause real quick. Even if you're talking, it'll get muted. That's what happened to me with the first Life is Strange. I was talking all throughout the scene and it didn't matter. Yeah. So that's, and see, here's the thing. With the new rules that are in place, you might think, okay, well, I'll just stream it so that people can watch it live, and then... What's the phrase I'm thinking of? And then if it gets muted, you know, we just won't archive it. But now they've changed the rules such that you can get copyright strikes that can potentially take your channel down even during a live stream. So it's a different environment than it used to be. I suspect that Patikin did not get any copyright strikes for anything that happened through Miles Morales, but it could happen. And Twitch has sort of banned without warning some streamers for, you know, reasons that may be perfectly justified, but it's hard to know if there's no warning and there's no, like, clarity on this topic afterwards. So I kind of want to make sure the channel can stay in good standing. If I get got for something, then I get got. You know, but that doesn't mean that I want to poke the bee's hive there. Patikin says that he's never had any, never gotten any strikes. So I could shoot them, but the trouble is that I dropped this weapon. Okay! So I was locked into that animation, unable to respond to the guy that I didn't even know was here. Like, see, that I deserved. That I deserved. Let's try to do this a little bit more reasonably here. Oh, that was a double attack. I parried when I should have dodged. Sure. All right. Okay, well, I was really aiming at the weapon, but sure, I can grab that lootable scrap as well. Okay. All right, this is one of those fellows that I think what you have to do is wait for him to attack. Wait for him to get off balance, and then you can punch him in the side. Oh, hello. Like that. One of the things that's happening here is that the big red marker that communicates an unblockable attack is getting lost a little bit for me in the orange glow of the fire, which is making this rather more challenging than other similar fights. But I like it. It's good to have like it, you know, have the experience mixed up every once in a while. Okay, I really wide out of that. Okay, dude, are you ready to go? Let's go. Come on. Okay, I had so long to respond to that and just didn't. Now, the issue here is that at some point he'll just get tired of getting hit. Oh, maybe this guy. Maybe he won't this time. But, like, at some point he'll just, like, shrug it off and tank right through your blow, and I haven't learned his tell for that yet. Like, you want to get as many hits in as possible, but you want to stop before he just sort of, like, shrugs you off and, like, backhands you, and it relies on something that I haven't mastered with those guys, which is recognizing when they're going to do that. What's their lead up to it. All right, just get rid of this. Dren says that they really like the way that YouTube handles it. Yes, it prevents you from monetizing it, plus any ad revenue goes to the original artist. Yeah, I mean, I would also be comfortable with that, but maybe that's because I'm not drawing any revenue from YouTube, like at all. Well, maybe we'll just put it up on YouTube, though, because, yeah, think about it. The architect is dead and the pilot light is found. Maybe Deep Frya can once again become part of the Scrotus demise. Okay, but before I leave this place, let's get our side burners upgrades. I hope the flame is blue. Or better yet, I hope the flame is customizable and we can make it pink. Also, I earnestly think that the soundtrack is bugged out. It's so in your face. I can't... Wait, I can turn this off. Why is this still blowing? I don't need to do this for any reason. I just kind of want to. Okay, are we done? So there has been more conversation about this in chat. I want to read through it. But let me get back to the car, and then we're going to get that burner upgrade, because otherwise it'll be episode 23, and I'll suddenly realize that I had the ability. I had the ability within me all along. Okay, boy, thank God that music's chilled out. So, nope, that's not even the right thing. Let's go to Garage, and we're going to go to the Flame Burners, and we're going to pick up the Blow Torches. So we have Scorchers, triples the thickness of the Side Burners Flames. And it's only 500 scrap, which is basically like just a couple of those boxes that you can find during a storm. Okay, let me just check chat real quick. We're going to roll this back. Similarly, not every band wants to sell the rights to streaming, but the soundtrack is very good in the game. Patikin, that's where we were into, like, the Life is Strange. The music is a big deal for the game. Patikin still needs to play Life is Strange 2. Drian found it to be a big disappointment. Patikin says, I'll get muted bits, like on Miles Morales. And I have to be honest, I was glad it was on because it was fitting the scenes. Yeah, I mean, if the music is well done, or if it's important, then you want to have it on. Because you're playing a deeply compromised experience if you don't have everything there. Drian says, oh, that was when even if you're talking, you can still get muted. Patikin agrees with Drian, and it happens. I try to do the same. When I played Sackboy, when copyrighted music was playing, Kirluna says it also happens to people streaming with so-called streamer-safe music. Yeah, that actually, you know, we were talking about the Rogue Galaxy game. Not Rogue Galaxy. What the hell is the name of that game? Oh dear. Samlander knows. It's not called Rogue Galaxy. It's the Space Trucker game. The hell is the name of that game? I'm going to scroll down and people will know it. But even with streamer-safe music, you can still get muted or dinged for it. Because Twitch assumes that it hears licensed music and like, oh, you're not allowed to have that. Drian says streaming anything really is a gamble, to be honest. Game companies can give you strikes for streaming their games. It's in the license agreement. Well, it's one of the reasons that I enjoy being a smaller channel, I guess. Drian says, I like the way that YouTube handles it. That was that comment. Patikin says you also play games that don't have a story to Caroluna. Caroluna just says that too, but loads of people play those games with music going on in the background. Well, that's specifically, I think, what Twitch wanted to cut back on. Space Truck game. Rebel Galaxy, Caroluna. Thank you. And Drian says, I'll see you later, Angel in chat. Yeah, Brian, I hope you have a great evening. Oh, scrap crew parts. I definitely want this. I just got stuck thinking about work again. Let's see. Yeah, so what to do about narrative games specifically has come up before, because there's an element of wanting to see how somebody reacts in the moment. But if you're streaming a game and you're doing it in complete silence and not really interacting with chat until at best the end of the episode, is there a value in streaming it live versus doing a live recording of it and then allowing people to like watch it at their leisure, see all the reactions that you had and not feel ignored? So it's been something that I've thought about, because I don't like the idea of having conversations in chat that you don't interact with. But at the same time, I don't like the idea of constantly pausing scenes in narrative games to react to chat and to interact with people, because then the people that are interested in seeing the story progress, like, it really screws up the pacing. So I just got punched out of a double leg kick. Grab this. Yeah, so Samuelina says Rebels Galaxy 2 has stream-safe music. Yeah, they have a streamer mode, and it does include a lot of licensed music, but music that they had paid to have the licenses available for streaming. And I remember that when the game came out, people were streaming it and still getting muted because Twitch was making assumptions based on the fact that, like, oh, this music, our algorithm says that this music has a copyright license on it, so we'd better mute it to be on the safe side. And the developers of Rebel Galaxy 2, like, released a statement and had, like, a little script that you could, like, paste in a communication to Twitch to say, hey, no, this one's safe, this one's okay. Like, don't mute my VOD. I guess I just have limited faith that Twitch is going to respond to please, like, appeals like that if you're not, like, a much larger streamer. So I can see some, like, a bunch of I think these are sniper towers. This feels like a pretty good, nope, please don't go over it.
Gotta get in there.
Can I blow this up from here? I don't think so. I don't see any exposed gas cans, unfortunately. Oh, whoops. I've drawn some attention. Okay. Oh, I'm almost dead. Okay, get back in. I can't afford any more of this. Hold on. All right. I just want to see if I can get a nice shot of this. I'm not sure if it'll mean anything, though. Get down here. Really like the color palette as well. Okay, so I can't stray too far from... Yeah, it's not a great shot. Get it. Get the thing. Oh, I snaked it just as I hit that. Yep, now I'm fucked. So here's what happened there. I got the harpoon in immediately as soon as I rammed into an immovable object, so I couldn't pull it down, and it just had a direct line. It just had to follow the harpoon back to the car. Yeah, Simulator said they had instructions on how to get it unmuted. I think Rebel Galaxy 2 devs worked with Twitch to unmute VODs too. Oh, well, that would be nice if they did that as well. Oh, where am I? Okay, let's see if we can destroy this catapult. And we're right here. Yeah, Carolina, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is the game that we're discussing. It used a lot of licensed music, like a lot of, like, again, haven't played it, but my understanding is, like, a lot of, like, country western style music to underscore the whole, like, space trucker thing. All right, one of these areas has something that we can, like... No, I don't need that. There it is. Is that good? Yeah, it's good.
Keep the car safe.
Certainly, yes. You know,
Kira
I'll
Luna
never
says that he
leave
hasn't
aside.
played Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, but he enjoyed the first one. So we have both of them. Rebel Galaxy and Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, never played either one. And that's, again, it's not like I don't like we bought them to play them, right? But it's one of those things like, oh, this is a really good sale. I'll get around to it soon. Then, you know, soon doesn't come around very soon. Well, I think this is the encampment that I was... Yeah, we still got some sort of snipers.
We must hurry! They're firing flares!
Nope, don't go down! Don't go down! I'm already down. Who am I fooling?
They're juice in there! To and fro gas town!
Okay, before we go back up there, I'm gonna let him fix up the car. Okay, this is a good place to park here, just for a second.
Hurry up and fix the car.
Sure, will do.
Oh, and by the way, Driana, how did you like Stranded Deep? I was getting to watch some of that. It did look pretty early access, at least in terms of like the character animations and stuff. But that's not to say that there's not a lot to get from it. How did Stranded Deep strike you from what you've seen so far? There we go. That's what I wanted to do last time. Now, I don't actually know if I've got much in the way of sniper bullets. I think I'm completely dry.
Very highly protected.
Okay. So, without access to sniper bullets, is there another way in here, or should I just simply come back when I have more armament? Because I don't see another way in here. Explosion required, and we can set off an explosion with a... Well, let me just, Okay, hold on, this might work. Explosion restricted. Alright, let's try yanking this open if I can. I guess I wandered too close to the flame jets. Dren enjoyed Stranded Deep enough that I might stream it again tonight. I've been thinking about it a lot. I also realized something that I should have messed with early on, but the game did not make it apparent that it was an option. So I'm interested in starting over knowing that option. Yeah, I agreed with a comment that I saw you make in Mia's stream about Hobo Tough Life. Or I don't remember if it was in Mia's stream specifically, but for Hobo Tough Life, you said a big element of like survival crafting games is starting over with new knowledge about how the game is like what your options are and stuff. And that is certainly my experience. That said, I do like to... Okay, hold on. I need to find a way up there. I am really thinking that I should just come back when I have more stuff. But, like we were just talking about with survival crafting games... Not great. Okay. It really wanted me to know that A was an option while removing A as an option. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying the aspect of this episode that is like Max without all of his armaments, because when we were down south, like I reached the point where we were always full up on shivs, on sniper bullets, on gas, and here in the north, like, he doesn't have those connections yet, so I'm enjoying the experience of rebuilding them. Because, like, look, I have 1 shotgun shell, I have 0 shotgun shells, and no immediate way to find more. Oh! Yep. So, wait, are these guys infinite? What's happening here? Is this like the defenses got buffed and now these guys are coming out of cloning vats? Because this is a lot of guys, and I'm fine with it. I like punching. I just want to make sure that we're punching for purpose. This is starting to feel infinite. We finally done? Okay. Oh, I found a gun bullet. Oh, well, that worked out super well because they just blew up the transfer tank that I would have done. So I'm just checking the time. We've got about 9 minutes until the Kyber Shards watch party.
I'm crying! Your song will be remembered!
Okay, before we move on, I do see a very large scrap gear that's just below where I'm standing. That doesn't mean that I want to go down to it, because it's probably a lot easier to get down than to get up. I am going to take this opportunity to refill my canteen, though. Drin saying, yeah, that's how I got good at Don't Starve Together, for example. It's harder to... Oh, hold on, let me have some more. It's hard to correct if you botch the start early in survival games. So you play, figure stuff out, start over, repeat, pushing yourself further each time. Yeah, it is a little bit roguelike in that situation where you're not necessarily coming back with, like, more experience points or more items, but you're restarting with a lot better knowledge of how to go. Okay, I'm going to see if I can blow up that yellow gear out there. Hopefully this connects. Well, close enough. Come on. Okay. I'm gonna keep holding on to this spear until I have a reason not to. Or until I have 1,000 spears. So I do see insignia down there. Oh, and there's the scrap. Look at the big scrap car down there. That's what it was drawing my attention to. And I just saw this insignia right here. I can't really see it from here, though. So let me try to aim up a little bit. Try to aim like around there. Okay, little higher next time. I like, as long as we're gonna do this, like, I don't think I can hit that one from here. Like, it's too far beneath the overhang. Try this again. So we're gonna aim rather high. Let's aim at the corner there. Okay, what? Where was that explosion relative to the insignia? Because it really looked close. This may not be the way to do it, like maybe, but I mean, it feels like this should be a pretty good angle on it. Okay, so I'm gonna aim even higher. Okay. All right, so that's gonna land short, right? And also, you can just go in through there. I'm so sorry. Oh, and also, I think I got it. Whoops, okay. I thought that was gonna land a little bit short. And it would have been right there. I could have just smashed it with my hammer. Okay, since, as far as I know, there's nothing else up here specifically that I need to get. Let's head down this staircase, but I'm sort of making a mental note about that other insignia that we could see on the lower level. I would like to go get that now, if I could. Yeah, see it right over there? The thing is that I don't want to leave anything unlooted. Alright, really, I mean, if we can hit almost anything... Oh, just drive down here, it's fine. Caroluna said it landed short of landing short. Like, Caroluna, if you were looking at the screen, it really looked like it wasn't going to arc all the way over there, right? I mean, I'm happy to misjudge when it's in my favor. I just was surprised that that hit. Oh, yes, please. Do you know how long I would hold on to a gas canister like that was burning like that? 0 seconds. I would set a very, very long fuse and be basically around the block before it says, because I have no idea how long it would take a gas canister like that to explode, but I sure as shit don't want it to happen anywhere around me. Okay. That's half of the objectives in this area. That makes me concerned because we've only got a couple minutes. I want to see Kyber shards today. I might legitimately pause this just right in the middle of things and we'd pick it up next time. But let's see. You know, let's see what we can accomplish. All right. Ignite. Throw over there, kind of. Be fine. I'll just stand next to these flammable gas cans. So that's 5 of 8. And it is marked on the map with the red dots, but on a 3-dimensional map, where the dots can be up and down, doesn't always communicate what you'd like to. And we're definitely not driving the scrap car home. Not from here, not with this amount of time left. I'm looking down specifically because you can see here that we're right on top on the mini-map. We're right on top of some red dots. Okay, if I jump down from here, I think we can land on the lower level safely. Killen says, I don't really know. I was eating, so I didn't see the situation. I just heard what you said. Yeah, it looked to me like it was doomed to failure, and then it went ahead and connected.
Need to fill up on water.
Hey, Samalander, any landing that you can limp away from is still a safe landing. Oh, are these... Okay, so I just found 3 transfer tanks. Right here, 1, 2, 3. And an insignia. Let me go get the insignia first so I don't forget about it. Now, the question is, how do we, in preferably less than 1 minute, get those transfer tanks? Because there's no ready supply of Thunderpoons down here, and I do not want to jump across this. Oh, maybe it's just this. Okay, there's one piece of scrap that I don't really care about, and maybe that scrap is actually the vehicle. The vehicle I do want to drive out of here because it's probably worth a lot of scrap, and also it just informed me that I did get all of the objectives. But I want to go over to Mia's Discord, where she is going to be streaming the most recent episode of Kyber Shards. Again, if you omitted the plug or like missed the plug from earlier, that is going to be with it's the Dungeons & Dragons actual play that's done by Philip, Colin, Eric, R.A. and Casey, and it is a very good time with a good crew, and I like to try to watch it every single Monday. So let's just put down a quick autosave, and we are going to find somebody fun to raid, and then visit her over in Discord land. Let's find somebody fun to raid. Just give me 1 second here. We'll get this open up, and let me just take a quick look to see if... Yeah, and Patikin, thank you again very, very much for the raid. I'm going to say let's bounce over to Ben Raging, who's playing some RimWorld. If you like the post-apocalyptic violence of Mad Max, then I think that you're really going to enjoy the pre-apocalyptic violence of RimWorld, the game in which, as far as I've seen on Jason McMaster's streams, things go badly and quickly. No, it's a colony building game on an alien planet with other humans that are very violent, sometimes some violent hellstorms, humidity storms, and wild animal attacks and all sorts of stuff. So, oops, I did do that. So we're gonna do, thank you, Patikin. Do raid Ben Raging. Samalander, thank you guys. Caroluna, Patikin, Samalander, More Than a Mia. Azric was in here. Drienne Levode. Groomfy was in here, I believe. Brian, who has since taken off, but is hopefully having a great evening. And that is actually as far back as I can see in the chat. But anybody who I've forgotten who is trying... Oh, Centrifugal Force was here. Thank you guys all so much. Like I said, kind of a rough day. Looking forward to decompressing. And we might have an extra stream tomorrow because I'll be out of work tending to some other appointments that needed to happen. Anyway, guys, until next time, thank you so much. And I hope you have a great night.